Hey ladies and gentlemen, my name is Emene Mchiza. I'm in Department of Agronomy in group number 7. So I'm going to talk about topic which carried wind. According to this topic, we have table of content. So I'm going to start with table of content. First, content we have question about topic, introduction, type of wind, cause of wind, wind energy, erosion and pollination, meaning of wind break, advantages of wind break, motion of wind, effect of wind on agriculture and human life, function of wind, and then conclusion about this topic. So, before I start this topic, we have a question about that topic. Question number 1, we have to choose correct answer. So, first the question are the following are type of wind except A. Primary wind, B. Tertiary wind, C. Secondary wind, D. Environmental wind. Second question is what is the major benefit of wind in agriculture? A. Soil formation, B. Water conservation, C. Pollination. Third question is what is the instrument used to measure wind speed? A. Barometer, B. Rain gauge, C. Thermometer, D. Anemometer. So, according to this previous question number 1, question number 2, and question number 3, we have to choose best correct answer. So, on the question number 4 is the open question. What is the meaning of wind? Question number 5, outlining the three positive effects of wind. So, after to talk about question about this topic, we are going to talk about introduction about this topic. First of all, on this topic, you have to know what is the meaning of wind. Wind is the horizontal movement of air relative to Earth's surface. So, wind is simply motion of air from one region to another. This movement of that air is relative to the Earth's surface. It is also known as move from high pressure area to low pressure area. So, wind it is caused by uneven heating of the Earth's atmosphere by sun. So, on this topic, we have a different image. So, as you see, on this slide, we have 3 images. First image, second, and third. As we said that on the previous slide, we said that wind is the horizontal movement of air from one place to another. So, according to this image, we have the 3 trees on a different image, and first image, second, and third we show us how the air are blowing, and it means that it shows us horizontal movement of wind. It proves that what is the meaning of wind. So on another slide you have type of wind. On the F, wind are broadly classified into 3 categories. These categories are primary wind, secondary wind, and tertiary wind. This type of wind are classified based on the periodicity of occurrence and the location of occurrence. So, on this type of wind, we have different type of winds, which are polar estuaries, prevailing estuaries, tropical estuaries, prevailing estuaries, and the others. So, according to this type of wind, which are polar estuaries, prevailing estuaries, are located in the category that said that on previous slide, which are primary, secondary, and tertiary wind. So we are going to talk about which type of wind locate in a primary, and then at the what and what. So on a primary wind we have a trade wind, westerlies, and easterlies wind. So primary wind is also known as prevailing wind. As we said on a previous slide, we saw easterlies wind, prevailing wind, and these wind are the type of wind that locate in a primary wind. So as we saw on this image, you have westerlies wind, easterlies wind, and trade wind. So I'm going to continue with secondary wind. Secondary wind are the type of wind that change the direction in different season. So it means that this type of wind it change the direction according to the season. It means that in the day you have a direction and at night we have another direction, and this type of wind is also known as periodic wind. So as you see on this image, we have secondary wind on a valley and the mountain breeze. So as we saw on the day, we have warm air and cold air. So as we see warming air, we are blowing from high pressure to low pressure, and at night we have cool air and warm air. So at night we have cooling air mountain where air blow from high pressure to low pressure. So this movement of air is based on season. It means that on the day we have season and at night we have season. So I'm going to continue with tertiary wind. Tertiary wind blow only during particular period of the day or year in small area. So as you see in this image, we have cold or over the land. We have high pressure. As you said on the previous slide, we said that wind is moving from high pressure to low pressure. As you see, we have the movement of wind from high pressure on cold or over the land to low pressure. So I'm going to continue with cause of wind. So as we said on the previous slide, we said the type of wind, the meaning of wind, and others. So we have a different cause of wind that can affect wind to be occur. So wind is caused by heating of surface of the earth. When one surface touches land, heater and faster than other surface like ocean, pressure, different forms are causing air to move from high pressure to low pressure. So the shape of land, like a mountain, valley, and coastline, can affect the wind pattern. It means that these factors, which are in mountain, valley, and coastline, can affect the movement of air, as we said that the wind is horizontal movement of air. So mountain can force air to rise, cool, and condense. So thank you for your much attention. I'm going to invite my colleague to continue on another slide. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, my name is Serena Nemusenga. I am going to continue to the wind energy. First of all, wind energy is energy that is generated by wind. Scientists are using energy from the wind to generate electricity. Wind energy is created by using wind turbines. the wind turbines blow the blades of the turbines which are attached to the elote. Elote then spins generator to create electricity, and then wind energy provided. These are wind turbines which show the image of it, and then wind turbines convert kinetic energy from the wind into electricity, contributing to the renewable energy. As you see, here are an example of wind turbines, and then you see turbines is in the position where wind can affect on it, and then we receive the ability to provide electricity. As we seen in above slide, we have an example of turbines. There are another different example of turbines, where you see there are turbines which are directly proportional to the direction of wind and able to produce electricity. That electricity are used by human in the way of getting light and in the way of making different activities. There are different machines which uses energy provided by wind. Let's continue to wind erosion. Wind erosion means that erosion can be caused by wind. In agriculture, wind causes erosion in different ways. Strong wind blows loose and causes soil particles for long distance, and this leads to soil degradation, where you can see in different areas where are high wind, the soil are removed, and then wind remove fertile soil, and the infertile soil stay on that area, and this can lead to agriculture to be produce low product due to crops does not grow well and produce high product because of soil does not have fertile. In dry continent, strong wind is seen to eat up cliff or hard. So the image below it shows that different example of effect wind. Different image of land or soil affected by wind. As you see here are 4 different images show that wind affect soil. First image you see that there are very high and larger mountain affected by wind until on the top of mountain are smaller when you compare to the bottom of wind. This image of that wind or these features of that wind are caused by wind. As you see, in the valley or between the mountain are very small trees which are affected by wind and cannot grow well due to the wind blow soil which are fertile, and this lead plant to lack of fertile to be grow well. On the second image you see the mountain which are very small on the top, and there are no one plant are planted on that area due to the very strong wind. And on the third image, you see that some trees are cut due to the strong wind, where it blows and trees fall down due to the wind. On the fourth image, you see that are different trees which are affected by wind, where soil surrounding the trees are very removed, and this can lead trees to be fell down, where you see on that scale are very small trees, very scarce trees. These are caused by high wind. Let's continue to the wind pollination. First of all, wind pollination refers to the process in which plants use wind to carry pollen grain from stamen to stigma, or from one stigma to another. This is called self-pollination, where wind enhances the pollination of many crops like wheat by dispersing pollen grain over the long distance from one plant to another. This may be called cross-pollination. Examples of wind-pollinated plants are maize, wheat, sorghum, and various grasses rely on wind pollination for reproduction. So, wind has high importance to the plant in the process of pollination, where it helps all flowering plant to make their pollination, where it transfer pollen grain from one plant to another, and this help farmers to get high productivity due to the wind, where it facilitates in pollination process. So let's continue to the measurement of wind. Wind can be measured by instrument. So there are different parameters which used to measure wind, like speed, direction, etc. There are different instruments used to measure wind, such as anemometer and wind vane. Anemometer measures wind speed, while wind vane indicates direction of wind. Here are an example of instruments used to measure wind. The first instrument is anemometer, which is used to measure wind speed. And second image is wind vane, which is used to measure wind direction. So let's continue to the wind breaks. First of all, wind breaks are trees or shrubs planted in order to reduce wind speed and protect crops, livestock, and soil. There are different types of wind breaks. Are natural wind breaks, including forest, while artificial wind breaks consist of planted barriers like shade belts. So let's continue to the example of wind breaks. As you see, here are different images of wind breaks. First image, you see that there are trees planted on the line, which hind breaks to be reached on some area or on some crops, and then human can use these wind breaks to prevent their crops to be damaged by wind. On the second image, you see that there are examples of artificial breaks. You see that some things are built on the side of crops to break wind, and then plant grow in their way without hindrance of wind. And on the third image, you see that different wind bricks are built on the different location. And the fourth one are wind bricks of forest. So let's allow my colleague to continue to another slide.
I am going to talk about the motion of wind. The wind are rising from hot air to cold air, as shown in the figures. On agriculture, wind causes a serious erosion which may lead to the production of agricultural product. Wind is any agent to spread agricultural pests and diseases from one to another. Strong wind can also cause hazards such as landslide, storms, and uprooting trees, building damage and crops. On this slide, there are a picture that shows the effect of wind about the mines. Also, this slide is the same as the previous slide because it shows the effect of wind about banana crops. The effect of wind on human lives. High wind can have direct impact on health. Dust and allergens carried by wind can cause respiratory diseases. Persistent wind generates excessive noise, which can be nuisance for individuals living in affected areas. A strong wind can disrupt power lines and electrical infrastructure, leading to the spread of widespread power outage. The importance of wind. The first importance of wind. Wind is renewable energy sources, meaning it is practically unlimited and won't be depleted like fossil fuels. The second importance of wind turbines can generate significant amount of electricity. The third importance of wind reduces water consumption, unlike many other forms of energy generation. Wind power does not require large amount of water for cooling or other processes, conserving these valuable resources. This is the importance of wind in our daily lives. The conclusion of our topic is said that wind is an essential natural phenomenon that impacts various aspects of human lives, including energy generation with partners and agricultural practice. Recognizing its significance and understanding its effects can help us harness its benefits while mitigating any negative impacts. This is the conclusion of our topics. Here, there are some equations that are related to our topic. The answer to the equation about our question's topic. The first equation is said that the following are types of wind except A. Primary wind, B. Tertiary wind, C. Secondary wind, D. Environmental wind. The answer is D, which is called environmental wind. The second question. What is the major benefits of wind in agriculture? A. Wind formation. B. Water conservation. C. Pollination. The answer is C, which is called pollination. The third equation is said that what is instrument used to measure wind speed? A. Barometer. B. Rain gauge. C. Thermometer. D. Anemometer. The answer is D, which is called anemometer. The fourth equation is said that what is the definition of wind? The meaning of wind refers to the horizontal movement of air relative to the Earth's surface. The fifth equation is another equation which is open. Is called outline the three positive effects of wind. The first positive effects of wind is the involves in the pollination of plants. The second is provide renewable and clean energy. The third is wind energy helps us to reduce carbon emission. The last slide contains references which show us more information about our research. It shows the sources of our pictures. This helps us every people, and if you want to know more information, which is more than our information that we research. This is the end of our presentation. Thanks.